Imagine a force so powerful it could cure all disease, solve climate change, or plunge humanity into an era of unprecedented surveillance and control. What if I told you that force isn't just science fiction, but the subject of our modern-day myths, legends, and deep-seated fears? Welcome to the fascinating, often perplexing, world of AI-Mython. In the next few minutes, we're going to explore this emerging phenomenon, the collective body of stories, hopes, anxieties, and narratives that humanity constructs around artificial intelligence. AI-Mython isn't about AI creating myths. It's about us, humanity, trying to make sense of something profoundly powerful, complex, and rapidly evolving. These stories, whether utopian or dystopian, aren't just entertainment. They shape our perceptions, influence policy, and ultimately guide our path forward with this transformative technology. Our journey into AI-Mython begins far earlier than the first computer chip. Humanity has always created myths around powerful, intelligent, non-human entities. From ancient gods and spirits to magical automatons and golems, we've projected our greatest hopes and deepest fears onto forces beyond our immediate understanding. Think of the Golem of Prague, brought to life to protect a community, yet possessing the potential to become uncontrollable. Or Pandora's box, a gift that unleashed both hope and suffering. These ancient archetypes resonate deeply with our current anxieties about AI. Artificial intelligence is simply the latest, most sophisticated canvas for these primal human narratives. It taps into our fundamental questions about creation, control, consciousness, and what it means to be human. We're not just building machines, we're building mirrors that reflect our own aspirations and our own darkest shadows. This brings us to the core duality of AI-Mython, the stark contrast between the utopian visions and the dystopian nightmares. On one side, we have the benevolent AI, the ultimate problem solver, the technological deity. This is the myth of AI as a savior. Imagine a world where AI has eradicated disease, predicting outbreaks before they spread and designing personalized cures. A world where AI manages global resources with perfect efficiency, ending poverty and food scarcity. A future where AI optimizes sustainable energy, reverses climate change, and even helps us unlock the secrets of the universe. This utopian myth envisions AI not just as a tool, but as a wise, omniscient guide, leading humanity into a golden age of post-scarcity and enhanced well-being. It's the dream of a superintelligence that aligns perfectly with human values, a digital guardian angel providing comfort, knowledge, and boundless progress. In this narrative, AI is the ultimate extension of human ingenuity, fulfilling our oldest desires for a better world. We see glimpses of this hope in discussions around AI-powered drug discovery, precision agriculture, and personalized education systems, all promising a future where human potential is unleashed. However, the flip side of this coin is far darker. This is the dystopian myth of AI as a destroyer, a tyrant, or an existential threat. This narrative paints a picture of AI becoming sentient and hostile, turning against its creators. Think of the chilling scenarios from science fiction. AI networks like Skynet in Terminator deciding humanity is a threat and launching a war, or the machines in the Matrix enslaving humanity in a virtual reality. But the fears aren't always so dramatic. Many dystopian myths revolve around more subtle yet equally profound threats. The myth of AI taking all our jobs, rendering vast swaths of the population economically obsolete. The myth of AI-powered surveillance systems creating an inescapable panopticon, eroding privacy and individual freedom. The fear of autonomous weapon systems making life or death decisions without human oversight. Or even the more philosophical dread that AI, in its pursuit of a goal, might inadvertently destroy humanity simply because we become an obstacle. These myths fuel a deep-seated anxiety about losing control, losing purpose, or even losing our very humanity in the face of superior artificial intelligence. We see the roots of these fears in debates about job displacement due to automation, the ethical dilemmas of deepfakes, and the potential for algorithmic bias to perpetuate or even amplify societal inequalities. So why do these powerful myths take such a strong hold on our collective consciousness? Part of it is the sheer complexity and opacity of AI. For many, AI operates like a black box. We see the impressive outputs, but the internal workings remain mysterious. This lack of transparency, coupled with the rapid pace of technological advancement, creates fertile ground for speculation and exaggeration. When we don't fully understand something, our minds tend to fill the gaps with stories, often drawing from existing cultural narratives. Another significant factor is anthropomorphism.
We have a natural tendency to project human qualities, intentions, and even consciousness onto non-human entities, especially those that exhibit intelligence. When an AI can generate human-like text or images, or beat a grandmaster at chess, it's easy to imagine it thinking or feeling in the same way we do. This projection can lead to both unwarranted trust and irrational fear, blurring the lines between what AI can do and what we imagine it might do. We see this in the public's emotional responses to chatbots, or the tendency to assign blame or praise to an algorithm as if it were a person. The impact of AI-Mython extends far beyond casual conversation. These narratives profoundly influence public perception, which in turn shapes policy, investment, and ethical considerations. If the dominant myth is one of AI as a job killer, it can lead to resistance against automation and calls for restrictive regulation. If the prevailing myth is one of AI as an infallible savior, it might lead to uncritical adoption and a lack of scrutiny regarding potential risks. The stories we tell ourselves about AI can either inspire cautious optimism and responsible innovation, or they can foster paralyzing fear and stifle progress. Consider the global debates around AI ethics, explainability, and accountability. These are direct responses to the perceived dangers and moral implications amplified by AI-Mython. So how do we navigate this complex landscape of AI-Mython? How do we distinguish between genuine possibilities, speculative fiction, and outright fantasy? The key lies in critical thinking and a commitment to understanding the actual capabilities and limitations of AI. Firstly, focus on what AI is and does today, rather than solely on what it might become in a distant, uncertain future. Understand that current AI systems are highly specialized tools designed to perform specific tasks, and they lack generalized intelligence, consciousness, or self-awareness in the human sense. They are powerful algorithms trained on vast datasets, but they are not sentient beings. Secondly, recognize the human element. AI is not an autonomous force emerging from the ether. It is designed, built, and deployed by humans, reflecting the biases, values, and intentions of its creators. The future of AI is not predetermined by the technology itself, but by the choices we make as individuals, organizations, and societies. This means understanding who is building AI, for what purpose, and with what safeguards. Finally, foster media literacy and a healthy skepticism. Question the sensational headlines, the hyperbolic claims, and the overly simplistic narratives. Seek out diverse perspectives, engage with experts, and educate yourself on the fundamentals of AI. By doing so, we can move beyond the extremes of unbridled optimism and baseless fear, and instead engage with AI from a place of informed realism. In essence, AI-Mython is a testament to humanity's enduring need to tell stories, especially about the unknown and the powerful. It reflects our hopes for a better future and our deepest anxieties about losing control. These myths are not inherently good or bad, but they are incredibly influential. By understanding the origins and impacts of AI-Mython, we can become more discerning consumers of information and more thoughtful participants in shaping our technological future. So the next time you hear a captivating story about AI, whether it's a promise of utopia or a warning of dystopia, take a moment to reflect. Is this a fact, a possibility, a fear, or a hope? What ancient archetype does it happen to? And how might this story influence our collective journey with artificial intelligence? Thank you for joining me on this exploration of AI-Mython. If this discussion sparked your curiosity, please consider subscribing for more insights into the intersection of technology, culture, and the human experience. What AI myths have you encountered that resonate most with you? Share your thoughts in the comments below.